Hi juicy queens, welcome to another juicy content. So today we are going to be doing a brow updated tutorial. It's been a year now I did my brow routine. I showed you guys how I currently fill in my brows. So today we are going to hop into that. If you're new here, my name is Estelle. Consider subscribing if you find this video helpful. So let's get into the video. So the first thing I like to do is to prep my brows. I go oily on my brows, so sometimes if I want a long-lasting brow, I need to go in with a setting powder, and I'm using this one from Beauty Bakery. It's in this deep shade. You can use any setting powder of your choice. I'm going to use that and dab it on my brows first. This will help set my brow. Now, why I love this type of shade is it doesn't show on the skin. It just applies like you have nothing, like it's just your skin. So that's why I like to use it. The next thing you will need is a spoolie. So this one right here is from Morphe E29 brush. It also have this angled part. I'm going to brush up my brows. So you can use a soap at this point to set your brows. This one is a transparent soap from Pierce. Or you can go in with a brow gel and just set your brows. So I'm going to use a brow gel for the purpose of this video. I'm going to use a brow gel to set my brows. This will help give my brows volume and, lift it up. Going back to the spoolie, I'm going to do this to remove excess product. So now it's time for the brows. We have two brow pencils here. This one is from drugstore, is the normal brow pencil, and this one is from Anastasia. You can also get the one from NYX. It has a very tiny mouth. You can use these two brow pencils, they work fine. So I'm going to use this tiny one. You can get the one from NYX. That one does the same thing. So I'm just following the natural line of my brow. If you want to know exactly where to stop, if you place this here, you can see where your brows stop, and if you place it here, you can see where exactly you have to stop. So when I do this, I stop here. I just know how to figure it out. So for me, when I start, I don't do it all the way here. I leave a little bit of space here. That way I can give myself nice strokes, but sometimes when you take it down here, it is always harsh to blend out. So I will stop halfway and then fill in that line once more. And then for the upper part of my brows, I'm going to follow exactly, but I will add a little bit because you can see that my brows are so tiny. So I'll add a little bit of line above my natural brow line, which I will start here. If you notice, I still gave a little bit of space down here. Now, if you are the type that like to put arc, if you place this here, you can also see where to place your arc. So mine is exactly here. I don't like too much arc. I don't know, it's not really looking that natural. I'll add a little bit of arc to my brows and I will close the line together. I forgot to mention that for this, you have to make sure that your brow pencil is very sharp if you are using the drugstore one, So I'll go ahead and make mine very sharp so that I can have a very precise line. Next, you're going to fill in the brows. Light-handedly, you just have to hold your pencil at the tip and then go ahead and fill in the line. So at this point, you need your spoolie. This will help you find out if you really filled in the line properly. You want to be gentle with this so that you don't clean out everything you have done. So I can still see some gaps here. I'm going to go ahead and fill it. Now let's get back to the inner part of the brows. Now you want to light-handedly give yourself a very light stroke. So you can see I'm just placing my hand this way and then I'm holding it almost at the tip. So this is how we are looking right now. I'm going to repeat the same process here. So because me, most times I like to, when I talk, I always lift one side higher than the other. So if you're looking at me, you think my brows are not equal, but sometimes they are equal. So you want to follow this same line again. Okay. So sometimes I like to do this imagination here just to make sure I'm not going below or I'm not going too up. So I follow the line. So next, you want to also make sure you're having the same line here. So you just have to imagine it. If you like, you can draw a very tiny line which is unknown to anyone but you, which you can always clean out. That way you don't make any mistake, and then you follow that same line. So you can see now that I have this line here. I follow the same line and then I go. That will guide me on where to go. You can always clean this out, guys. So if you're a beginner struggling, you can't eyeball it, follow this step. At this point, I know where my arc is. If you don't know that, just place your pencil here. You see exactly where your arc is. You place it here, you see it here. Okay, so now that we have that, we are progressing. We're going to go back to the drugstore pencil. Then I'm going to gently fill it in again. So now we're going to go ahead and clean the brows. And to clean my brows, I'll use my normal concealer, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This is in 338. You can use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. So to clean the brows, you need a brush that is either angled or as flat as this big one, or you need the angled small one like this. For me, I'm going to use this one here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my concealer. I'm going to place it here. So this one is like one shade lighter than my skin tone, or two, I don't know. Now, some people like to start at this point, while some like to start here. If you're a beginner, I will say you should start from this point. So you start at the tip here and then clean this edge first. So while I'm doing that, I like to blend it out as I go so that the concealer doesn't stick. Because sometimes as you wait and you crawl to this extent before you come back, you want to blend it out, you have a very difficult time trying to blend it out. So if you're a beginner, as you go, just blend it out. Going back to my brush, blend it out. Now to blend it out, you want to just pat it like you're dabbing it, and then while you're dabbing, gently go close to the line and then clean it. And when you come to this edge, you can brush so you don't have any harsh line here. Always love a highlighted brow. I like to go back to this place, dab, 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 dab again. There is this illusion it gives when you are applying your eyeshadow. So I go back again and then dab again. And if there is any mistake, I correct it at this point. Now at this point, I will just gently dab because I don't want to lose that concealer. I will dab it and dab it and dab it. Trust me, when you apply your eyeshadow, you're going to love this second step I'm showing you. It is just going to look highlighted. You don't need to start applying anything to pop your brows. So now this eyes is looking bomb. We're going to also do the same step on this eyes. So you also want to drag it down so you don't have any harsh line. While you are dabbing at the edge here, drag it down. While you dab, drag it down. This way, nobody knows where you stop and nobody knows where you started. It's time for us to clean the upper part of our brows. Now, keep your brush like this and go. Now you go to the next step, take out the excess and follow the line again. Now flat your brush, use the side of your brush and clean out any excess. And then keep your hand this way and then cut it straight. Just make sure it is straight. So this is it. You guys remember where we are coming from and look at where we are. We are doing a good job. Looking at the two brows to have that equal effect, go in with a brush and clean off the excess and dab it here. Clean off the excess. So right now I'm going to use the concealer and then I'm going to pat it all over my brows just to give it that even effect. Again, going back to that our brow gel, I'm going to use it again and bring up any hairs that is lying flat. This will give you more stroke like look, just to set your brows in place. You know the setting powder we used at the beginning, I'm going to use it and just dab it on my brows. This will help set my brows in place. Alright my queens, we've come to the end of this updated brow tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a talk through, I know I showed a lot of steps, but trust me, I know someone out there will benefit from this video. If you are the one and you find this video helpful, give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I'll see you again in my next video. As always, I love you guys. Bye guys.